Sabrina Carpenter looks like the straightest girl alive. Really? Because she looks like she wants to kiss Jenna on the mouth. Hello, Gaspers, and welcome to another episode of Gasp, the pod. Oh, sorry, Gasp, the pod. Sorry, everyone. The podcast for the gays, the girls, and especially the gay girls. And today we're going to talk about a gay girl, okay? We're going to talk about Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpent Muncher. That's a phrase that I tried to coin that no one wanted to use. I did an episode on What I Will Say's channel like a bunch of episodes back about Sabrina Carpenter and my theory about her being queer. And obviously, this is a pretty widespread theory. I wanted to do a version of that episode and do it on my channel and also talk about what happened last night, or no, 2 nights ago on SNL, 3 nights ago. Whoever's watching this now, it was probably a few nights ago on SNL, because they literally did a skit talking about speculating on celebrities' sexualities and specifically about Sabrina Carpenter. So my theory is that I think she's bi, and I think she's taken a few lessons from Taylor Swift. And I also kind of think that her and Barry were in a PR relationship. It was kind of looking like that. And yeah, let's just get into it, okay? If anyone hasn't seen the SNL from this past Saturday night, so today's Tuesday, when you're watching this is Tuesday, but for me, it's Monday. SNL pretty much had this cast member come on and do like a joke song. And the joke song was pretty much talking about how all these other celebrities have queer rumors, but not really Sabrina Carpenter, even though Sabrina Carpenter is like kissing a girl in her music video and kissed a girl at the VMAs and like all these other things. And what I think is also kind of funny is like, obviously, maybe not obviously, perhaps this cast member is not on our side of the internet where a lot of us are talking about Sabrina Carpenter probably being bisexual. Maybe they're just not tuned into that. But I do think there are a lot of people that like don't see Sabrina as queer. And I think that comes down to 2 things. 1, she's a girly pop femme. 2, she talks about men a lot. Those things have nothing to do with liking coochie. Okay? You can do all of that and be queer. All right? So, and also, I take offense as a blonde, pop girly femme that like you can be like straight looking and be queer. And sometimes even the most feminine of girls and the more like straight looking the girl is, I feel like I'm more likely to speculate that they're queer. I've been saying this back before she even kissed a girl in taste and did all these things. And I know there's been other people that have been saying this too, but like it's kind of an obvious jump. And again, we need to remember like most people are queer. Like it's a spectrum, okay? So it's not the craziest thing that like supposedly boy liking, boy crushing Sabrina Carpenter could be queer. Like there's also a pipeline of boy crazy to very sapphic. And that was so me. Like I was kind of boy crazy. Like my life was kind of surrounding drama with my exes. For a lot of it, like a lot of high school, a lot of college, like I was very much a feminist, but like the drama, and also like not because I was like in love with them, but it was more like the drama of it all and telling my girls like all about what happened with some dude and also kind of like using them in like a sort of way. That whole culture is kind of sapphic in a way. And I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if we have time to get into all of that. But I think it's because it's very comp het, right? Like the drama, the excitement, the anticipation, the like performance of the sex of it all is very sapphic. And I think like when you kind of like enter your first like WLW relationship, when you are coming from a boy crazy past, you kind of realize like, oh my God, none of that was real, right? Like a lot of that was performance. So that's just my theory. I think she is like very similar to that type of bisexual queer. Like, I don't know what her identity is. Maybe she could be full on raging lesbian, like, and maybe she doesn't even know that yet. Who knows? The point is, I do think she's absolutely at least bi. She's got some level of queer in her that, like, that bitch is gay. I keep on thinking I'm not allowed to curse on this podcast because I've been going live so often and I've been getting in trouble. So it's kind of refreshing to be able to say whatever I want to say. I want to get into the meat of this. Before I do, though, I'm aware that TikTok is ending very soon. Don't worry, all those blue sky people out there, I'm going to get a blue sky, but that to me doesn't like fill the void. I'm really trying to figure out if YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels is going to be like the platform for me. I'm not sure yet. So let me know what you guys are going to use. I want to like go on whatever platform Gaylors are going to be on. I've talked to Jordan. I've talked to Sydney. I need to talk to some other Gaylors about like what their platform of choice is going to be. So we need to like consolidate and like get all of us on there. I think that would be ideal. I also thought Lemon 8 was going to be the new TikTok, which I had been told is owned by TikTok, so it won't be. All that to say, we're going to be okay, everyone. And also, my account is not going to vanish if you're an international listener, which a lot of you are. It's not going to vanish. However, in the US, we won't be able to download it. It's already going to be on my phone, but you won't be able to have any updates. So eventually, it's like TikTok is going to become unusable for us, which is literally so insane. I don't know if I have to move, what's going to happen, but I want to have a backup. So that's the plan. Guys, my girlfriend is in town right now, but she's doing her laundry. Isn't that so sweet? So I'm recording while she's doing her laundry. Let's get into the bulk of it. So I just talked about the SNL skit that I think is very poignant and very on topic right now. There's a lot of people on TikTok being like, oh, that skit is just showing that all of them are doing it to get more popularity. And I'm like, either way, this skit is talking about how these celebrities are flagging queer things. They're queer flagging. So yeah, there's a chance that Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Shawn Mendes, all these people are doing that for popularity. I think that would be fucking insane. And I think that if Taylor Swift is straight and is doing this intentionally, like, I think you've lost me. Like, you've lost me as a fan, and that would be extremely disappointing. Let's do it the timeline starting from kind of the beginning of Sabrina Carpenter's popularity. I know there's some people that are like experts on this, so I'm not going to get like super nitty gritty, but if there's something you guys want me to talk about more, I can do another episode on it. So Sabrina Carpenter was in Girl Meets World with Rowan Blanchard. Rowan is out as queer. So it's not the craziest jump that Sabrina and Rowan were in a relationship. They were very close friends. If you like look up like Sabrina and Rowan dating, there's all of these like pictures of them like longingly looking at each other and all these like, you know, sus interviews. It's giving very much early stage Kaylor. And if you look up, like, are they still friends? It's like, yeah, they're still friends, but they don't see each other as much. It's literally giving Kaylor in like 2017. So that's what I think about the whole situation. I wouldn't be surprised if they had something going on. Who knows if it was romantic or if it was just like friends with benefits or like a weird like sexual tension. Sapphics are crazy, you know? So if you're friends with someone and you're not really sure what's happening, like it could have been that situation. So I think like a lot of the times when straight people hear us speculating on sexuality, they're like, well, they might have not dated. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't erase the queerness of it. Okay, there's a lot of different things in between strictly friends and like a relationship, especially if you're younger and like figuring out your sexuality. So there's this very specific interview that's from 2015 with Rowan and Sabrina, and Pacific Rim Videos is like the one interviewing them, and the interviewer goes, which one of you guys is more boy crazy? And they literally have panic in their eyes. They ask, which one is more boy crazy? They're like panicking. Sabrina literally says, as she's like looking to Rowan, she goes, I don't think any of us are boy crazy. I mean, we appreciate the male gender. And then she like pauses and like kind of is smiling and smirking. She goes, as well as the female. That's a question about like romance, like sex wise, like boy crazy. It's not like, oh, who do you like being friends with more? And she's like, oh, I like female friends and boyfriends, or like whatever. Like she says, in response to the question about are you boy crazy, says we appreciate both. That's like pretty much coming out as bisexual in my book. And then Rowan laughs and they like turn away and they like kind of nod awkwardly. And then Rowan puts her arm like around Sabrina. It's the most awkward thing. You can tell they're like, wait, what do we say? Should we have even said that? Sabrina looks like she shouldn't have even said that. It's so uncomfortable. It's so queer. And it's the kind of thing where like, it reminds me of like when I came out with my cousins to my family and it was like, I'm not going to answer a question, do I have a boyfriend, one more time. If someone asks me, do I have a boyfriend? I'm going to say something because why are you assuming? It kind of seemed like that, them being like, I'm not boy crazy. I'm bisexual. Wait, and then I can't say that. Like I'm on TV. So that is kind of one of the first pieces of solid evidence we see from Sabrina Carpenter in her queerness. So in 2018, Sabrina wrote a like love letter to the LGBTQ community for Billboard. And like go look it up. It's so queer. It's like very much like huge ally vibes, being like, thank you to the LGBTQ community. Like you inspire me so much. You have so much bravery. And it's just really giving me when I worked for the LGBTQ task force and I thought I was an ally. And then like 1 month later I came out. So yeah, I just think the bigger ally you are, the more suspicious it is. So there's only a few pieces of like queer evidence from Sabrina over the last decade until like kind of the last 2 years, it amps up a little bit. And I do think that's kind of interesting. Like she's associating and like getting closer with Taylor Swift more, who has a record of maybe being queer and like putting queer flags in her lyrics. Like maybe she's trying to figure out a way to balance it and like put it into her music. And also maybe she's figuring out her sexuality more. Maybe she's more comfortable with it. But she sings in Slim Pickin' since the good Lord forgot my gay awakening. Everyone heard this lyric, and for some reason, when they heard gay awakening, they were like, oh, the Lord didn't make her gay. Hello? That's crazy. When a straight person is singing about like wishing they were gay, hands down, that's like gay. Okay, that's giving lesbian to me. It's like, oh, it would be so much easier if I could just date a woman. Like I remember having that exact thought. So even if we take it from the way that like all the straights take this line and analyze this line, it's still gay because you're like wanting to be gay. You're like, oh, I wish the good Lord made me gay. And it's like, bitch, you're allowed to be gay. You can do it right now. If you want it that bad, you can do it. That was literally me. I remember having this thought where I was like, it would be so much easier if I could just date a girl and not date guys again. And then I was like, wait, I can. So that's the one piece, that's the one point of analysis where everyone's like, this proves that she's not gay. If anything, for me, that cements it. But there are also other ways to analyze this. I took it when I first heard that line as the Lord forgot that he made her gay, or they, them. The Lord is probably not he, him, let's be honest. But I took it as God forgot to send her women. Like she forgot her gay awakening and God forgot her gay awakening. And it's kind of like when you come out as bi and you're stuck dating these men because they're just like the ones that come up first. And that's how I felt when I first came out. When I first came out, I dated like multiple guys after that before I actually started dating girls. And it was easier. And not because it was easier, like it was better. It was easier because I was used to men pursuing me and I didn't know how to pursue women. And it's not that hard, but it's like a jump. And so I took it as like, oh, she's this bisexual that just can't stop dating these guys. Like, just because they're just the ones, they're just the ones like presenting themselves to her first. And also, let's say, like, she's a femme. There's a lot of girls that might not realize that she's queer. That's how I felt too. Like, I was dating guys and I didn't know if people like, I didn't know how to like get myself into that situation, right? So that might be her feeling as well. Like, I just keep on dating these guys and I need to remember that I'm literally gay. That's how I took the line. And also that line feels very bearding too. Like, if I have to be with you, I guess like you're going to be the one I'm kissing. Like, I have to get something and I can't date girls, so I have to date you. Like, maybe she's showing I can't publicly be gay right now. Who knows? Again, who knows the situation? Oh, also in June of this year, Sabrina covered Good Luck Babe for BBC Radio. And there's a lot of people that are like, it's just a song. It's just a song. Yeah, sure, whatever. It's just a song. But it's a very lesbian song. It's literally a song that says, when you wake up next to him in the middle of the night with your head in your hands, you're nothing more than his wife. People not hear this line? It's a song about being like, you're going to regret not living your authentic life and like being with a girl. So it's not just a song. Like, if you say it's just a song, you're completely erasing the entire meaning. And Sabrina's like desire to like want to record this is queer. I'm sorry. I am also so sick of straight people telling me and telling people what is queer and what is not queer. You literally don't get to decide. I'm so fucking sick of it. Why do straight people feel like they have such a right to tell us what is gay and what is not gay? You don't get to like, it's up to us. I've said it once and I'll say it before. Any queer person, whatever, we can talk all day and like all night about what is gay. And like, if you think you shouldn't speculate on sexuality, I mean, I'm going to disagree with you and I'll tell you why. But at least you have the right to say that. Straight women who are feminists, right, are like, okay, men don't get to tell us, you know, what's a part of feminism. Men don't get to tell us how to feel. Men, blah, 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 blah. The disadvantaged group gets to set the standard of how they want conversations. Queer people get to set the standard. If you're straight, especially if you're a straight woman who like considers themselves like an ally or feminist, and I'm sure like none of you guys are like actually listening to this if you like think that you could tell queer people what to do. But it is seriously so frustrating that straight people, for some reason, feel like they have any right to decide what is okay to say when talking about queer topics. And like, especially in pop culture and like what we're allowed to talk about. That's actually insane. Like, you would never tell a Black person, wait, that's not okay to say. Like, you shouldn't say that about race. You have no right. Like, why are we? I just feel like we're going backwards. Like, straight people, where did you get the gall? Where did you get the gall to tell queer people what is okay to say? We don't need to protect closeted gay people from gay people. Okay, we need to protect closeted gay people from you. We're not the enemy. And the only reason why when closeted people get outed, for example, there's anything bad that happens from that is from homophobes, not from gay people recognizing that that person is gay. And any gay person knows when someone is actually closeted. If you're singing and kissing a girl in the mouth, you're not closeted. Like, point blank, period. Right. Let's move on to the whole short and sweet album, the tour, the music videos, and pretty much like this very queer album that's kind of been shrouded in compet and like straight boy crazy stuff that's kind of hiding how gay the album is, how like sapphic the album is. Because just because she's singing about boys doesn't mean she's also not singing about girls. I think it was really strategic that she's kind of like putting on this aura, this performance. And her on stage, it does feel like a performance of like hypersexuality that is focused on men. And I feel like that's a very like nice way to just kind of like throw these queer moments in. And for some reason, no one notices them. Like, Have you guys heard of bi people? She could be into men and women at the same time. They're like, oh, Sabrina Carpenter can't be queer. She like loves men. It's like, okay. And she could like women. Holy shit. You guys aren't getting it. Sabrina Carpenter looks like the straightest girl alive. Really? Because she looks like she wants to kiss Jenna on the mouth. Straight girls don't ask to kiss girls on the mouth. And anyone saying, oh, that Taste music video is exactly like Death Becomes Her. I saw Death Becomes Her. You guys, it is one of the best movies of all time. And I do think there are a lot of sapphic themes in that, and like kind of like focusing on the woman more than you're focusing on the man, and the man is irrelevant, and it's like these like girls going at each other. It's definitely very queer, but there's no kissing in Death Becomes Her. Sabrina did not have to kiss Jenna Ortega. It actually made no sense for the plot. The only reason it made sense is because Sabrina wanted to kiss someone, and also Jenna is rumored to be a lesbian. So anyone who's like, no, guys, it's showing that like she's the ghost of the guy, and the whole point is that she's jealous of her and she's gonna taste her when she's kissed. No, I get it. I get it. But it really doesn't make sense. They don't have to kiss. And Sabrina did not have to kiss a girl. And anyone that's kissing a girl in a music video knows that people are going to say, oh my God, are you gay? That rhymed. This is not a movie where she's playing a lesbian character. As much as she's an actor, this is a music video for her own song. And then she one-ups the Taste music video at the VMAs by literally kissing the girl alien. She shoves the dude away. It's very different actually from the original music video. And it feels almost kind of like she's doubling down. She's like, did you guys not catch that I kissed Jenna Ortega? Like, because I'm going to kiss a girl again. She kisses an alien, a girl alien, and that's actually somehow levels up the queerness. It's like, oh, this shouldn't exist on this planet. It's giving very down bad energy. But she kisses this girl alien and pushes the dude away. She kissed the girl for a reason, and she literally wants nothing to do with the dude. Like, how are we not getting that? It's like going right over our heads. Someone does not have to send a press release to your address and say, hello, fan, I am queer. If they kiss a girl on Maine, you're gay in my book. Like, it is 2024, grow up. When I first saw the clip of Taste, and I like woke up that morning with a picture on TikTok of Sabrina and Jenna kissing, locking lips, and I was like, oh my God, she's out. Take a shot for how many times us in this community sees something like that, thinks that that's a coming out, and then every person on the internet is like, that's not gay. I really feel like celebrities are like, what else can we do? We want to like include it in our art. You know what I mean? Instead of being so obvious and like unfun. Like they just want to be fun with it. And for some reason, you guys aren't getting it through your thick skull. What's funny is like Candace Owens gets it. Like Republicans think these things are gay. Candace Owens had a video where she was talking about how gay Wicked is. Yet there's still like liberals that are like, they're friends. And it's like, if the Republicans see that this is gay, it's probably gay. Oh, I completely forgot. I kind of like let my temper take me away. Let's start with how she started promoting Short and Sweet. So when Short and Sweet first was released, she posted an Instagram story when her album came out, writing I'm, and then above it, so she wrote I'm in the Insta story, and then below it, it was like a repost of her album from her Instagram. And then below it said out now. I'm out now. Guys. She wouldn't have added the I'm if she was just out now. I mean, if the album was just out now. It is literally like Taylor Swift's Me Out Now with Lover on Lesbian Visibility Day. She knows what happens when Taylor Swift does these kinds of things, right? She knows that when Taylor Swift did that, everyone was like, oh my God, or at least the gaylers were like, oh my God, out now? So that's why Sabrina Carpenter did it, because she's like taking notes from Taylor Swift, being like, yeah, I want fans, the real ones, to know that I'm out. And I do feel like less people saw that as queer. And Gaylors and Carpent Munchers, we were one and the same. We're going to expand our forces. The whole kiss marks, I have yet to see a straight person explain that to me in a way that makes sense. Okay? It's beyond just like a girly little kiss thing. It's not a kiss on the mirror. She couldn't have kissed her shoulder. Her on the cover of the Short and Sweet album, she has a kiss mark on her shoulder. That has to either be from a woman or a man wearing lipstick. Lips of scarlet, they wear maroon. It's giving Taylor Swift. And it's also very genius because a lot of these things can be argued like from a delusional straight perspective. Like it's shrouded in this very ultra femme way. Like kiss marks are very, very femme, right? And for some reason, straight people see that as just like straight and femme, when in reality, it can be gay and femme. You know what I mean? So like she's covering up the queerness, but she's only using these like queer Easter eggs that are very like ultra femme girly. And for some reason, that's like not getting through straight people's brains. But a kiss mark on your shoulder, even though she wears lipstick too, a girl with lipstick had to have kissed her on the shoulder. That's queer. Two girls can kiss and wear lipstick. I know, crazy. Also, there's multiple lipstick marks sewed into her tights during performances in her thigh, like her inner thigh. She couldn't have kissed that. All of these marks, and I know she's collecting them on her bodysuit as she goes to all of these different locations on tour and cities. It's just kind of committing to this bit even more, showing like their kiss marks in places that I could not kiss. Like, it's a girl kissing me. Oh, one more thing about the Taste performance at the VMAs. It's pretty wild that Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello were like all there. And I feel like they definitely had a very messy little love triangle going on. It's just pretty funny that they all performed. I don't doubt that Shawn Mendes and Sabrina hooked up. It's very much like bi for bi. Like Sabrina obviously likes these kind of like queer looking men, like real. Like that's so bi of her. I don't know what else to say. But the fact that she rips off her collar right before she kisses the girl, I felt was very symbolic. And I did feel like was kind of a metaphor of like, I'm being trapped maybe by Disney. Like, guys, she was on Disney. So anyone being like, oh my God, she would have been out by now. Guys, get with the program. Homophobia still exists. I know you guys forget. Straight people forget. We have to live with it every day. So it's really not crazy that Disney would like not let her come out. That is literally like something that so many queer stars have had to go through. Selena Gomez is probably queer, by the way. Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, all of these queer stars, they're queer now. Couldn't be queer then. Are we seeing a correlation? Corporations don't want people to be gay on Main, especially in the early 2010s. So I feel like that was kind of a metaphor of being like maybe like trapped and told that she couldn't come out by the industry perhaps, or maybe people just advising her like, you know, this isn't going to go over well. Like your entire like fan base are like these straight girls that see themselves in you. Sound familiar to Taylor Swift? I think that's why there's kind of like this mentor relationship going on. I think that they relate on a lot of levels. Let's talk about the tour. And the tour started September 24th. So it's been going on now for a few months. And I'm pretty sure she just wrapped up her American leg. The whole set is very hyper femme, retro Barbie, right? And I think like because her whole aesthetic is very girly pop, girly pop, very feminine, like woman, girl, lipstick, cutesy. I think people are having a hard time like moving past that and seeing queer, especially people that don't understand that like sometimes being hyper femme is a way to flag that you're queer, right? So I see that and I'm like, okay, hyperfem, like that's me. She also, as everyone knows at this point, she shouts out and arrests fans in the crowd for being too hot and sexy before performing Juno. And Juno is like maybe her most horny song on the album. I mean, the lyrics are literally like, make me want to fall in love, want to try out some freaky positions. And we'll get into Sabrina because there's literally a position where she's like, straight people couldn't make sense because I think they were like, oh, is she pegging someone? Guys, she's just wearing a strap. And I don't actually think that Sabrina like is a strapper, but I also think it's her flagging queer things, right? But she shouts out and arrests fans for being too hot and sexy. And at first she was arresting like male fans. And then she started arresting girl fans and quite literally says, oh my gosh, you're making me so hot and flustered. And her skirt falls off because she's too flustered by these girls. She's quite literally flirting with them, asking them what their phone number is. That is not tongue-in-cheek. I mean, the entire thing is tongue-in-cheek, but it's showing, oh, I flirt with girls and guys. And if you only see that she's flirting with the guys in the crowd and not the girls, and you're saying it makes everyone feel included, you're literally erasing queer things. And shut up. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm at my wit's end of people saying that that's not gay. That is so gay. She couldn't have been more straight. I mean, she couldn't have been more gay in these moments. It doesn't make any sense. She gives them fuzzy handcuffs. She's not being friends. She's not trying to be friends with the girls in the crowd, guys. She's showing in a funny, cheeky way, look, I'm flirting with everyone. I'm a bi queen. In Bedcam, which is also very sexual song, there's two girls laying next to her as she's like singing, and they like touch and caress her body like as she's singing Bedcam, laying next to her in the bed. These are not like friends just preparing her for her hookup with a man. Okay, guys, these are queers. I also thought that the line come right on me, I mean camaraderie, when I first heard that, I thought it said come right on me. And I thought that was kind of a very gay thing to do. Like a girl rides on you. Like, does a guy ride on a girl? I think it's like weird language. And I don't know, maybe that's just me. But like, when you're laying in bed with girls and singing like a sex song, I'm going to say it's gay. A spade is a spade. Billie Eilish did the same thing in Lost Cause. And there's a lot of people saying it was gay. There's a lot of people are saying that like, oh, she was just like flagging that to get more attention and make more money. And then she literally came out. So is she just making it obvious? I think she's making it so goddamn obvious up to the point before she has to say, I'm bi. Because you guys are so fucking stupid. How can you not see this? Like, peel back the layers, read in between the lines sometimes, look at art and see what she's saying. She's bi. Let's talk about Barry Keoghan or Keoghan. I literally still don't know what his name is and I don't really care. He gives a bisexual girl's type. He's ugly hot and kind of effeminate and also has queer rumors. I mean, like he was really flirting with Jacob Elordi on the Saltburn press tour. It was incredibly horny. So in July 2023, Barry split from Allison, who was a dental nurse and a therapist, and they have a kid together named Brando. There's been a lot of rumors that Barry has not been spending a lot of time with his son. Who knows if that's true, but the timeline of their relationship, at least Sabrina and Barry, is that literally only a few months after they split, Sabrina went to a Saltburn screening, and then they soon after that, like, started seeing each other. So that's a pretty quick transition. That also kind of works for a PR relationship, how quick this happened, like, after, like, his split, and then also trying to find someone to, like, add up his public persona, like, during the Saltburn press era, right? Like, it has really added to his career. And also given Sabrina kind of someone to peg her songs onto, you know what I mean? Without it being maybe a girl muse. And just having like someone for her to be shipped with. And I also think that the fact that he was kind of ugly hot fed the media a lot, right? There was a blind item in July 2024 that the breakup was coming soon, then they didn't break up, and then now they did break up, and there's rumors that he cheated. He made this whole response to all of these rumors being like, don't say I'm a bad dad, don't say I'm like he's heard some horrible things, which I get. Like, I don't know if he's in his child's life. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to say that I like really know that those are just what other people are saying. But he didn't actually acknowledge any of the cheating rumors. I don't know if he cheated. I mean, I don't even know if they were together. And I think like 2 days after these rumors came out, Sabrina did her Christmas special premiere, and she seemed very happy and fine. Like, I don't know. I just don't really think they were together. I don't really think it makes sense that they were together. I feel like the cheating thing felt very fabricated, and like there was not really much evidence to it. I mean, it's going to be interesting if she comes out with like a song about being mad, and like it's kind of like that kind of situation that will kind of feed into the lore of it all. But I feel like she kind of used him for his purpose and then is moving on with her life. I also never really saw them together that much. Like, they weren't really going out to dinner. They weren't really doing much. There were never like any pictures of them like going into places together and leaving like there were with her and Sean. Yeah, I just don't really buy it. Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked out very well that she was like, please don't prove me wrong. And then he did prove her wrong. That felt very orchestrated in Please, Please, Please. And the fact that he was in that music video. I don't know, guys. I just, like, would Sabrina have had Shawn Mendes in her music video when they were kind of like on and off? Like, I don't know. I just don't really buy it. I think that kind of adds to the whole lore and also kind of covers up the queerness that she's putting in to all of her songs. People are very quick to say that talking about someone's sexuality is really disrespectful to their current relationship, which is fucking insane. And your sexuality has actually like usually nothing to do with your relationship, especially if you're queer and on the spectrum and like bi. Like, if Sabrina likes girls, it has nothing to do with her in a relationship with a man. So yeah, I never really bought that. I think that people saying that she just has been involved with men and those are the only public relationships we've seen. She gives really straight girl vibes. She screams straight. She always talking about sex with guys. She's just being an actor and being creative. These are all the same arguments that Taylor Swift is straight. And we as a society have got to move past this idea that like a lesbian or a bi girl or a gay girl looks a certain way and they can be femmes with long hair and blonde with bangs. Girls can be gay, accept it. And I don't know if it makes straight people feel threatened that like maybe a straight icon is being taken from them. If so, like, you're going to have to deal with this a lot because most people in the world are probably somewhere bi-curious to gay. That's just kind of the facts of life. You guys are going to have to accept that. Not you guys. You guys agree with me. But yeah, like, there's a lot of people on the internet saying like, is there anyone you think is straight? I don't know, like very few. I think most people are gay. I think that that's like human nature. So that's what I think about Sabrina Carpenter. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from her. And I'm excited for this next era without Barry and to see like what happens with her. I'm really happy that she's like taken her career to the next level. I mean, she was like my number 3 most listened to artist this year. And before her last album, Emails, I like never really listened to her. I didn't even know she made music, like truthfully, before kind of like Nonsense. So I love her. I love her music. I think she's a bi queen, and we'll see what happens. I would love for her and Taylor to have a song together, just like Gracie and Taylor. I'm going to take a little break for the holidays, and then we're going to come back for season 2. So let me know if you have any suggestions on what you want me to talk about in season 2. Everyone have a great holiday season. Stay safe, stay warm. Hopefully it snows, because at this point I'm feeling like upset about climate change and all of that. Also, what are the drones? What's going on with the drones? There's a lot to deal with. That's why I stay eating gummies. Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for listening. As always, please subscribe to my YouTube. Even if you don't listen on YouTube, it really means a lot, and on Spotify as well. Thanks for listening. Love you guys.